I started my first company when I got fired from a job. Because I walked into work one day and the boss called me into their office and said, you're out, you're fired. And I was like, what? You cannot be serious. And I walked out going, right, that's it. You've messed with the wrong person. No, I'm not going to take it out on you. I'm going to show you what I can do. Yeah. And then within 24 hours, I'd got everything together to open my own company. And that's how things began. And the key point with that is that everybody telling you that things are impossible is just kind of rubbish. It's just time and dedication and how much you want to succeed that makes a difference. And that's the beginning point, and everything else.
So that's the spark. That's ignition.
Yeah.
That's ignition.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. That's
when I was at school. The bulk of the boys, 99% of them, wanted to go to sea. Well, I had no sea in my blood at all.
Yeah.
The other 1% were what I call the gene pool. The mothers, the fathers, who were teachers or doctors or had money behind them to teach them.
If that's 99 and 1%, you fit into the 1%?
Well, I was trying to fit in, remember? That's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to fit in.
Okay.
So I didn't quite make it. So
so that was it.
So anyway, the 99% of the guys who are the general public left at 16 and went to sea. Some did some other jobs, but the bulk of them provided a good living. It was excellent. But 1% were the education level. You know, and I was. I'm virtually Joe Public, you know. I did the C's and the D's. I'm Mr. Average, right. You know. And
join the club.
I went into the careers lady to try and see where I was going to try and go to university. Although I wasn't really going to end up that way. And my biggest incentive in my British spark.
This is funny already.
My British spark was when the lady turned around and said to me, "What are you doing here?" I went, well, I'm here to see what sort of career I can get. This is Careers Journal office outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you're like. I went, yeah. But it still says Careers Officer outside the door.
Yeah.
She went, well, in your case, can I give you some advice? I went, yeah. I went, go on. You're a complete and utter waste of teachers' time. This is true. You're a complete and utter waste of teachers' time. You shouldn't be here. All you're doing is taking up space. The best thing you could do is do a 360-degree turn, walk out that door, and never come back. And I was almost in tears as she slammed the door and walked off. And I thought to myself, wow, that's what you think of me.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been one for going down, ever.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fighter.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, right, well, you know what? I didn't put exactly what you said. I will show you. Not you. You will regret those words. Yeah. So, over a period of time, I went and did accountancy. I got into uni. I did college. I did accountancy. I worked for some of the biggest international global companies in oil. I worked for some of the smallest companies. I worked for some of the biggest companies. I've seen the world of international finance. I came back home. I've seen it from a small level. And yeah. And one of the courses and one of the journeys that I went on to was that Indian restaurant that I was telling you about, which ended up being a 4-star restaurant by MasterChef, and then ended up being a 5-star restaurant MasterChef. And then we eventually got the Gold European Food and Drink Award. In fact, actually, we won so many awards that we started to get embarrassed that we actually started to hide some of the awards into the cupboard because I never liked being big-headed and all this. Well, anyway, this lady who was from Cambridge was up one day, and I always have a tendency to remember faces. It doesn't matter how long it's been, I tend to remember her face. So I noticed this woman reading all the write-ups and all the good stories and looking at all the certificates and saying how good the food was and all the rest of it. But she wasn't local. So I came around, so I chatted away to her and I said, do you know Buckie at all? Oh, yes. I used to be I used to be here at the high school.
Okay.
I went, yeah. All right, yeah. You were a teacher? No. She goes, I was a careers advisor. And I thought to myself, I thought that, but I wasn't too sure because she changed a little bit in appearance by this time, because it's a good few years later. So she would come up every 2 or 3 months and visit friends and up this area. So one day she was reading all the reports and everything, and she had this massive takeaway. And I came up, I was a little bit quieter than normal, so I went up behind her and went, yeah, she says, you get your food from here, don't you? She went, yes. She goes, it's absolutely fantastic. I go, so thank you very much. He goes, it's just, those awards up there, they tend to look quite good. Yeah. She goes, they're fantastic. I goes, there's another about 20 in the cupboard that we haven't put up. Really? You should put them up and let everybody see what they are. I goes, no, I think that wouldn't do very much for my ego. So I said, whispered in her ear just as she was about to go, by the way, not bad for a local guy. Who you said wouldn't amount to nothing. And she turned around and looked at me and went, yeah, I'm the 16 or 17-year-old told that you said would amount to nothing.
Wow.
You remember we talked about karma?
Wow. Yeah. It all comes back. There's no escape. It all comes back.
So yeah, everybody needs a spark in life, and I think that was good of you to have that spark sometimes.
Yeah. Good story. Thank you.